It has been an evening of breaking news, folks, and we have more of it because right as we were coming on the air, something happened up in Baltimore, something big. A judge there vacated the murder conviction of Adnan Syed, meaning he is out of prison while prosecutors look into new evidence. He'll be under home detention. They're trying to figure out whether to drop murder charges against him. I want to remind you, this is somebody whose name has been made famous from the Serial podcast. Did you listen to it? Huge, right? Huge podcast, tons of people, tons of followers, and he is the person at the center of it. I want to show you the reaction outside court when this news was announced. Okay, so you heard the cheers there, and I know it was tricky to see, but the guy in the white shirt coming out, that's him, that's Syed. He'd been in prison for more than 20 years, convicted of strangling his ex-girlfriend, Heyman Lee, back in 1999. Syed has always said he's innocent. In court today, Lee's brother got emotional, saying the situation is like living through a nightmare again. A lawyer for the family says they just want justice. Danny Cevallos is joining us now. And Danny, this is a significant moment that we had a bit of a hint was coming because prosecutors last week filed a motion saying that an investigation with the defense uncovered new evidence about two other people, including somebody who allegedly said he would make Lee disappear. Talk about this and how this came to be.
Astonishing, because if true, this is classic Brady evidence. Brady evidence, the Brady rule requires that prosecutors must disclose potentially exculpatory, in other words, evidence that tends to show a defendant's innocence. And if they failed to do that knowingly, that's a real problem. And once prosecutors discovered this, they should have immediately moved to vacate. What astonishes me is that this is not a case that has flown under the radar and only recently got some attention. So who went through the file folder and only just discovered that you had issues with, first, potential DNA testing, two, Brady violations in that there were other suspects, two, and three, the cell tower location information, which at the time, the state of the art, the state of the technology, was nothing like it is today. So why now, and why did the prosecutors decide that now they would file a motion to vacate the sentence?
Do they have to answer that question at some point to someone?
No, and that's my theory. You're going to get an exclusive from just me on this. This is what I think will happen. The prosecutors were very careful in their wording. You saw that they moved to vacate the conviction because of procedural irregularities, but they made a big show of saying we don't think he's innocent necessarily. Now, they have 30 days in which to decide whether or not to retry the case. My theory is they will quietly go off into the sunset. Why? Because of what's called wrongful conviction statutes. Maryland just enacted one. And one of the things you almost always need in states that have wrongful conviction statutes is actual innocence. If you win on a technicality or because of juror misconduct or anything that's inconsistent with innocence, then you don't get compensated. I hate to be jaded here, Hallie, but I think the reason the state moved the way they did was to avoid hitting the state up with a multi-million-dollar compensation tab when Adnan Syed almost certainly will eventually go after the state for incarcerating him for over 2 decades.
And to be clear, this, as you point out, the prosecution made a point of it doesn't mean right now that he's innocent, but just that he can stay home. He's no longer behind bars while this investigation happens. Do you think that there was a fame factor, quote unquote, in this, Danny? In other words, because this was a case that was made so popular on Serial, that had something to do with the extra scrutiny, with the extra eyeballs here?
Absolutely. And this is a well-known fact among people who are currently sitting in prison. They know that if they can get attention for their case, it substantially increases the chances that they might be exonerated or even beat their case somehow. So it's not uncommon for folks who are incarcerated to try to get not only lawyers to volunteer to their cause, but media attention, because they know, they all know that if they get enough eyes on their case, you might get some internet sleuths out there, whoever, you have a shot. And people who are incarcerated are eternal optimists. They always think they've got a shot. For every Adnan Syed, there are thousands of people who think they are the next Adnan Syed. And statistically, sorry to say, they are not.
Well, let me just tell folks, if you are a Serial listener, if you listen to that podcast, they're going to have a new episode out tomorrow morning about Adnan Syed. I bet a lot of folks will be listening. Danny Cevallos, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.